What's good, everybody? You already know, man. We back with another rendition of the Regal Eagle Podcast. What's going on? If you're out there, hey, we need you to go ahead and like, subscribe, get in the chat, make these comments because draft day is ongoing. Ongoing. Rounds 1, 2, and 3 are done. We are waiting for rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7, people. Hey, we got some good avenues of approach today. We got Michi in the house. We got Sal in the house. We got my man Major G's up, aka Gotti's up in the house. Man, what's good with you?
Going
You know
on?
what I mean? So look, we about to get into it, man. We about to get into it, okay? Because we got an hour for y'all and nothing more than an hour. Trust and believe. So go ahead and set your timers, get your stuff right. Let's go. All right. So congratulations are in order for some. Congratulations are in order for some. Just to let y'all know, we should have this week we wanted to highlight some people. However, we can't do that this week only because I requested certain things from certain people and I hadn't got them. Not from everybody. I got them from some, but not from everybody. But stay tuned because we are a show that gives back to our viewers and our subscribers, and another podcast should do it too. But just for the sake of talking, we anointed some people and we congratulated some people, but as of right now, can't tell you who. So it's a suspense. I would hit the suspense block on my board, but I ain't gonna do that. But just know there are some things that are coming down on the works, and you should see it next week. We want to show it to you this week, but we can't. All right, so grand opening. We got Gotti Michi here. So hey, Gotti Michi, say what's up to the people.
What's up, family? How y'all doing?
What's going on? What's going on? It's Major Ray. Let's get this thing started, man.
All right.
Let's get it popping, baby.
All right. So first up on the docket, thoughts on Jay Campbell. I'm not. Is it Jahad or Jaheed?
Jahad
Campbell.
Jahad Campbell from Bama boy. You know what I'm saying? Jahad. Gotti, talk to me, man. What's your thoughts on Jahad Campbell?
Hey, that man has a lot of hustle, a lot of heart. You know what I'm saying? He got that instinct in him. I think he's going to fit right into our system. Definitely a good person to have besides Zach Bond. If we don't get the Kobe Dean, back full potential, which we probably won't in the beginning of the season. He probably won't be 100%. But I think it's a great pickup. Definitely at that linebacker spot. Definitely one of the positions that we needed to be filled immediately. And I think that was a good pick. Hey, if y'all listening out there, if y'all got some kids, who got some anger issues and you think they have a future in the NFL, make sure they go to Alabama or Georgia. Because if they do, there's a high percentage chance that they will be in the NFL. Probably playing for the Eagles. Playing for the Eagles. So you got some kid with some issues. You know what I'm saying? He growing, he big, he fast. Send him to Georgia, send him to Alabama, and in a few years, we'll probably send him to Philly.
Yeah.
All right. Somewhere in the draft.
So Sal, tell me, man, Jahad Campbell, tell me your thoughts. Good big pickup, bad pickup, talk to me.
I think it was a good pickup. I think it's a good compliment, to help out Zach Bond in that linebacker position. I think he's going to do a great job. He led his team with 117 tackles in 2024. He led Bama with 117 tackles. I mean, he did just have surgery, on his shoulder, but they said he should be ready for training camp. But I think it was a great pickup for us. And like I said, we addressed the spot that we needed, and I think he's going to do good. He's going to do a great job complimenting Zach Bond in that linebacker position. I think it's a good pickup.
All right, so before I let Michi go, only because I know I seen this in Michi's hand. So because I seen this in Michi's hand, I already know he got a monologue of what he about to say. So let me go first. That's right. You're right. And rarely do you find someone with a pen that ran out of ink. Just so saying, you probably lost him by that time. But I'm gonna say this. So Jahad Campbell, man, look, homegrown. The man is homegrown, Jersey boy. You know what I'm saying? Right across the water. His whole family was Eagles fans growing up, to include him. He is about to give the Philadelphia Eagles everything he got in the trenches. Everything. He is about to go in there and prove to his whole family that he's the one. He's about to prove to us that he's the one. I mean, the man is long, he's fast. He went from, I want to say, edge rusher to linebacker.
Yeah, he's
Now,
played a couple spots.
right, reports say though that it's harder to go from linebacker to edge. I'm sorry, from linebacker to edge rusher, but he went from edge rusher to linebacker, which is even harder than that. From what everyone else is saying and everything that I've heard online. So now I feel like we got a 2-for-1 special, just like, well, not just like, but the Jaguars got, but something similar too. We got a 2-positional player. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like on the edge, when we need him on the edge, he's gonna perform just like an outstanding edge rusher would. When we need him as a linebacker to help out Zach Bond, if Nakobe Dean's in the game, cool, put him on edge. If Nakobe Dean is out of play, we'll put him in linebacker. We don't need edge rush right now. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Second down, cool. So I feel like we got a 2-for-1 special, just like the Jags did, but just not on that level. So I think it was a fantastic pick. Good dude, muscular, strong, quick, agile. He's all that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Howie. All right, Michi, go ahead, man. Let it out.
Nah, this one for him, man. It's good, solid pick, man. Everybody already said the stuff. It ain't too much more to add, man. He had the only reason he dropped, which is great, man. They usually fall into our lap some way, somehow. But the only reason he dropped was, like Sally said, because of his injury that he had, man. He had the stats that was there. Everybody know, like you said, he came from Jersey. He was playing up there in high school. Then they went down there to that football academy. Y'all know the football academy down there in Florida, IMG. He went down there, and I mean, shit, if you go down there, your chances of you making it to the league are very, very high. But now he was a top 10 prospect, but like I said, he had that injury that he's working on, and people were concerned about that, especially drafting him in the first round. But the Eagles understood it, and I think it's a great pick as well, man. He'll be able to fill in for the guy that we lost to the Cardinals. With the guy we lost to the Cardinals, I supported him. I supported him when he was on the team, but now he's one of the enemies, so I don't even like to speak his name. But Jihad, man, Jihad come in and do his thing on the team, and he should be a great compliment to the defense, the Vic Fangio defense that we have running, continuing from last year. So,
indeed. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Kim. Shout out to Red. Shout out to Christian. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sean, was my man Sean. Speaking of that, Sean called me last night. We was talking about this another topic that we talk about later. And was Sean, if you can, man, be in the chat when we start talking about it. You know what I'm about to say. All right, so again,
let's get to it now. Then shit, let's get to
it. No. We gonna need to hold on. All right, so not only did we pick him up, we also picked up Andrew Makuba from Texas. You know what I'm saying? Good dude, solid. I feel like he's solid. From what I understand, they were saying that he's got some tackling issues, but long run, looking at the front seven or the linebackers and all that, I don't think that the tackling might not be an issue this season, because I don't think that a lot of these QBs out here are going to have the opportunity to have to, or I don't think that we'll have to rely on our safeties as much. Electric front seven. So, I don't think his tackle is going to put an issue. But Sal, what you think about Andrew Makuba from Texas? What do you think?
I mean, it was a good pickup. Like I said, we addressed another spot that we needed. They're saying that, well, they said he was predicted to go into the 4th round. That's what the prediction was. He's going to go in the 4th round.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the smallest. I mean, he's only 5'11". He weighs like 186.
Yeah.
And they say he's got short arms. So I mean, that might play against him. But they're saying that. I've seen a lot of chatter talking about, well, he's got the mentality of a CJ, and they're like, why did y'all get rid of CJ and pick this guy up? And at the end of the day, it was about youth and money. If he got the same caliber as CJ, then I think it was a good pickup, because we got a younger guy with the same caliber, and we paying less. So to me, I think it was a good pickup.
Yeah, Meech, man, talk to me, man. Andrew Makuba.
Good pickup, man. I like to for those out there who don't know, he started out at Clemson. He felt he wasn't being challenged enough over there at Clemson. He wasn't going to reach his full potential. That's why he transferred to Texas. But I just, I hate when they say, we're trying to find the next so-and-so, because that's who y'all know that's who we got rid of and we got that 3-year, $51 million bust that we got on that team that we stuck with, and that they played him, probably 6 games the entire year. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't want to say his name either, even though he's on our team. That bum we got on that team, we stuck with him at least for this year. We can get rid of him after this year. But we stuck with him for 1 more year. So I hate when they, they say you're trying to replace somebody else, man. Just let that guy be Andrew. Let Andrew be Andrew. He can have some good similar qualities or something like that. But man, it is what it is. I'm ready for the next topic.
Hey, and hold on, wait, no. I want you to address Sean. I want you to address when he says what not being challenged in the SEC. Well, Sean, is that a shot, or what are you trying to say here? What are you trying to say? You just want to know. But yeah, whenever he responds, means go ahead and let him have it. All right, go ahead, Gotti. My bad.
Yeah, I think it's a good pickup. I mean, I know they said he's not that like Sally was saying, he's not a great big guy. They had some inconsistency with tackles, but we don't need him to tackle. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's not, we don't need him to tackle. Number one. Number two, that's something that can be worked on. Definitely filling the hole that we needed to be patched over by losing CJ. And I think he's going to be a great pick. We don't need him to be fast. We don't need him to be strong. We don't need him to be a giant. We just need him to make smart decisions. Read those coverages, give those cornerbacks help, those linebackers help. When they need to. If we're depending on our safety to tackle, then we have bigger problems. But we just need a smart guy back there making smart decisions, knowing that he's the last line of defense on the defense, and making sure that nobody gets behind him like a safety should or should not, however you want to say it. But I think it's a good pickup for the Eagles.
Yeah, because people got to understand too. I mean, when they talk about missing passes, like, look, he's a backup. He's going to be a backup to Sidney Jones, even though Michi says Sidney can go, but he's probably going to be a backup to Sidney Jones. So that's just what it is. Yeah, Sidney. Yeah, well, I was going to say Sidney Jones.
Yeah.
Sidney Brown. No. I wasn't saying that. I was saying that when that guy we brought in, I can't even think of his name. I had it earlier. The guy we brought in 3 years. Who?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said his name, man. He's on the man. Who we brought from Jersey, man? We brought the Jets.
The Huff,
man. They brought Huff in. They brought Huff in, talking about say he gonna be the next great, person that he replaced. And that bum, you know what I mean? I don't know why we even brought him in, but I'm just saying I don't like when they do those type of comparisons to them. Put that stigma on them before they get to the team. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because a lot of times like they've made no tackle, they ain't played a snap. You already comparing them to someone who's been
let them be them.
Yeah, let him be Andrew. But they talk about height and all of that type of stuff. I mean, you don't need to be the tall. He's bigger than Troy Polamalu.
Everybody bigger him.
I mean, you got more a couple more pounds on Troy, have a couple more pounds on him, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. So again, I think it was a good pickup. You know what I'm saying? Again, like Gotti was saying earlier, we don't need them to tackle. We need them to either catch balls or knock them down. Because we all know safeties ain't nothing but receivers that can't catch. That's all they are. You know what I'm saying? And when I hate to say all they are, but that's what they are. They're receivers that can't catch a damn ball. Simple. That's how they move them on the safety, and they use it as speed. You know what I'm saying? They use them for speed comparisons. So if you're a fast safety, they're gonna put you on the fastest receiver. That's how it works. But he does get a lot of interceptions, or he has gotten a lot of receptions. So that'll definitely be a plus between him and Cooper. Shout out to Cooper Deshaun. All right, Gotti. Before the draft starts, everyone wants that one position that they want to nail. Like they want to nail this position. They want to nail this position second and this, that, and third. So Gotti, talk to me. What position did you want for us to nail in the first round?
I definitely wanted a cornerback position. Definitely, cornerback. If you want to compare like the safety and we got a hole in both positions. But if you want to compare which one needs more talent and skill and intelligence, it's the cornerback. So I was hoping that we get a cornerback, a good cornerback early to fill that position. Get a good safety later. That we can use to put back there, because I don't think that position requires as much skill, as much physical ability, intelligence as a cornerback does. So I was hoping that we get a good cornerback coming out of draft first round to fill that void where where Slay was, which not probably not hard to fill it as far as talent and everything like that. But we just needed somebody there to fill that position. It's not a position that you can leave dangling in the wind and just kind of like crossing your fingers. That's a very critical position. Quarterbacks, other teams, offense coordinators will read that cornerback and determine if they're going to eat them alive, during the game or not. You've seen it when backups come in. You've seen it when rookies start. They know how to exploit those guys, and it's definitely a position, that needs to be filled. So I was hoping to get a cornerback. I don't see us getting a great cornerback at this point in the draft. Hopefully, maybe we'll trade for one later on, but I was really hoping to get a good cornerback in the first round.
Yeah, me too. Well, not me too, but yes, I did want a cornerback. Yeah, but Michi, talk to me, man. What you got? What you got on this topic?
Same thing, man. I actually had, I know, everybody's talking and thinking about linebackers and all of this stuff, but I really wanted a good cornerback because that's the most skilled position on the field. And without that, that's a huge missing piece. If you don't have that, it'll greatly get exploited by the good quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So that's the one we needed the most.
Yeah. Sal, talk to me, man.
Bro, they didn't already said it, man. I ain't gonna be dead horse. That's the same position I was hoping we was gonna get early. That good cornerback.
Who did you want though?
Huh?
But so if you wanted a corner, what corner were you looking at? If you were looking at one at any,
I wasn't looking. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't even looking at one. I just wanted to get a good corner in there. And since we didn't get that in the first two rounds, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get a good corner. Like, because we need somebody that's a skill position. We gotta have a good player for that position. So I don't know what's left on the board to check and see, but hopefully we can get somebody. And like I said, we gave up our third and fourth round picks. We didn't even choose in the third or fourth round.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we moved back on the third round.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I did want a linebacker, and I wanted Mikael Williams if he was gonna still be available during that time, which I probably knew he wasn't. It was either gonna be him or I can't remember the dude's name. It was like Mikael Williams or something. Everson or something like that. It was like EV. He went in the second round, but it was either one of those two guys. But I wanted Mikael first, and then I said we can go back and snatch up a decent safety in the second round. But no, I'm very, very happy with the linebacker that we got. You know what I'm saying, given the ones that were available. Me and my cousin were on the phone when he got picked. This dude he was the top linebacker in the draft. I'm not mad at all. Like as soon as we picked him, I was like, "Yo, Brian, I gotta get out the phone. I gotta start doing my research." So shout out to him, man. But after that, I did want a safety, and mainly because I felt like Sidney Brown when we talked last week. If Sidney Brown is out here making these crazy, foolish mistakes and getting hurt again, going 10 million miles an hour, it's just a matter of time until he gets hurt again. So again, if he doesn't tone it down, then we are going to need a replacement for him. So that's why I was saying maybe we need to go linebacker, then safety, then corner. That was my my outlook on things.
I was hoping for Will Johnson from Michigan because of the system that they play in up in Michigan. They play in a NFL style system, offense and defense. That's how they run those boys up in Michigan. Like I say, I follow college football, man, all the divisions, and so they're one of the Alabama is good. A lot of positions that come out of Alabama, we always hear them. There's only been one quarterback that really played in Alabama, and though we didn't pick him from Alabama, Oklahoma, whatnot. They talk about all the quarterbacks that are there. You know what I mean? Trash. Greatness. They come out of there. Yes. Jalen Hurts was the only one that touched the football at Alabama. Then he went on, you know what I'm saying, and did that because Alabama gets the glitz of having the top receivers, of having the top offensive line. So those quarterbacks that are in that system, I mean, shit, you get all the protection you need. You know what I mean? Those big boys, those big corn-fed boys going down to Alabama, they're going to give you the time. The receivers are fast as hell. We know that. So all you got to do is, throw the ball up in the air and they're going to be able to get it. So I feel like a lot of quarterbacks, most of the quarterbacks, honestly, that come out of Alabama are trash, except for Jalen Hurts. And oh boy, you know, he can't stay off the ground. Oh, Tua Tagovailoa, he can't stay off the ground. All he got daggone cuts and concussions. He don't know what's
I like
going on. He waking up
Cheerios.
talking about some don't play with matches. So they overhyped. But I do like Michigan's system that they run up there on offense, defense, and special teams. You know what I mean? Harbaugh was running an NFL style offense, defense, and special teams was he was up there. So that's why I wanted Will Johnson from Michigan.
Right. So we're staying on topic, but only because Michi said something about Michigan. But Paul, if you're listening, you better start doing some research. Michi know why. Paul, a guy named Paul at my job was up here and had him and Michi going back and forth to say who was the best football team to ever
I wouldn't
play.
call it back and forth. No, you know, I mean, he was basically talking about his team, and I said, you know, it's all good and stuff, but most of your team came, you know what I mean, before World War II. Most of your championships came before World War II. You know what I mean? They're still wearing leather helmets, and they was in black and white. I told him the goalpost was before the end zone. You know what I mean? That's how long ago your team was relevant.
Yeah. So Paul's a Michigan fan, and obviously we all know Michi's a Florida U fan. So yeah, it was a good Discord, man. It was good. But so Twiz it what? All right, yeah, all right. Mello Dotson, a dog at corner. Okay, y'all know what he's talking about? I don't get it. Twiz Dog says Mrs. Sally.
He's talking about Mello from Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Man, Twisting from Germany. What's going on, Twist?
Mello Dotson, he was all right. He was all right. He just, you know what I'm saying, he was all right. I mean, he want a dog. He want a dog, but he was all right.
Yeah. All right, so which one? Let me slide back over to here. Venus that we got
from Virginia Tech.
Who?
Dorian Strong from Virginia Tech. He probably the next best prospect that's left on the board as far as cornerbacks go.
Okay, so you talking about we still need to get another corner, or as far as like our positions down, you want to get another
cornerback, yeah, a corner.
All right, Macy, what position are we in need of now?
Look, hear me out. Hear me
you want to
out.
wait? You want Guy to go first, or what?
No, I'll go first.
Okay.
Say, hear me out. This one, because you know all the other positions we talked about a corner already, because that's something. Those are skills in my position. In my opinion, cornerbacks is more of a natural progression position. You know what I'm saying? That's one of those positions that you can rarely just teach somebody, you know what I mean, coming from a different position or something like that. You know what I mean? Those natural skills to follow the person's hips, not follow their head and eyes and all that stuff, because all you're trying to do is mirror somebody's position. I mean, you know, somebody's moves. And so that's why, to me, that's the hardest position on the field. The quarterback, we know that's the smartest position. You know, you touch the ball every play. I got that. But I think, speaking of, I think we need to either lock down, we need a veteran or somebody plays super similar to Jalen Hurts to come in as the number 2 quarterback. That's the position that I think that we need to fill. Not necessarily from the draft, you know, we can do that from a trade or whatever, but that's the position I think that we need to fill going forward.
Okay. Yeah, ain't nobody mad at that. The only person that's probably mad at that are someone who feels as though that person can be a threat. But I mean, come on now, the man just won a Super Bowl. He ain't threatening nobody at all. So, Gotti, man, talk to me, man. Who or what position do you think we should address next? Who are we more in need of?
We're definitely. I still think it's cornerback, because we're definitely we're the -2 cornerbacks when you think about it. We lost Slay and we lost Rodgers. So even if we do get a good starting a good cornerback out of the draft, he's still gonna need a backup. All right, still gonna need somebody to get out there and get developed. McCullough's not gonna do it. Isaiah Rodgers barely did it, and he's gone. So I still think we're -2 at the cornerback position. So we need to shop around for some cornerbacks too.
All right. So Twiz says we still have McKee.
I didn't pay that no mind. I saw the laughing face. I know what he meant. Hey, that's why he's a great. You know, we had him people. I want a good strong number 2. That's what I want. and going forward. Like I said, I didn't want to say obviously the obvious answer is cornerback, like Gotti said, man. But I just wanted to go off on the tangent a little bit.
No, I mean, no. To be honest, like I understand because again, all great teams have a good backup, and we have to like Eagles fans. Come on now, like all the high fives out there. Look here, let's be honest, and this is just situational awareness. Something that would you put the rest of your season in the hands of Tanner McKee if you had to?
No, absolutely not.
None of. And if you say yes, then you might want to turn in your Eagle card today and find you in the team. Because come on, man, he's not it. He's not it. Like when Russ had Justin Fields, solid number 2. I'm saying he's not challenging Russ at the time. So yes, we need something like that to challenge. I'm not going to say challenge, but to make it to where if he falls off or gets hurt for any reason, we got someone right there, ready to take the reins. It's no problem.
I think Tanner. Yeah, I think McKee can be developed though, because McKee reminds me a lot of golf. The physical attributes, he just doesn't have the skill. He doesn't have the reps. But I think that if he went to a system with a good line, good receivers, and started for a few years, I would think he'd be way more developed than he is now. But I definitely think he has the physical attributes. He has the quarterback mindset to play. I just don't think he has the reps right now to be a solid backup for Jalen Hurts. But I definitely think he can be developed.
All right.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I think that I feel that when you have a backup quarterback, you shouldn't be like, okay, if your QB1 goes down and he's out for 4 weeks. I don't want a backup quarterback that you'd be like, okay, hey, those 4 losses. You know what I mean? Automatically assumed to be 4 losses.
Right.
I want a backup quarterback. You say, all right, we go 2-2. We go 3-1, something like that, maybe even 4. I want that same confidence level. Obviously, not as strong as the QB1, but I just don't want a backup to where you just automatically assume it's going to be a loss.
Hey, you like when Hurts went down and Pickett was coming, you like, oh man, we got Pickett. We got 2 gloves up in here. We got
tiny hands, Pickett.
Tiny hands.
Hey, we was looking like, come on, Pickett, just hold it together, Pickett. Just hold it together now. Just hold it together. That's all we need, okay? Please, just don't lose the game. Just don't lose it for us. We got it. Just don't lose it. But now, all right. So, Sal, question: Would you be opposed to snagging up the multi-million-dollar man, Kirk Cousins? Would you be opposed to that?
I think Kirk would be a great QB too. I ain't gonna hold you. I think Kirk will be a great QB too if we can get him. I mean, that's a lot of money, but as far as QB2 backing up Jalen Hurts, I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Misha, would you be mad about picking up Kirk Cousins?
Well, I said this. If you go back to previous shows, I said this when it was 5 games left last season, when they were talking about pulling Kirk Cousins. And I said that you would bring him because of his money's already guaranteed. Atlanta will cover a lot of the money. They're forced to cover a lot of the money. So we were able to get him, on a much cheaper option that we would pay versus, pulling him into the QB1 position. I think he would be a great QB2 to be honest with you. If not him, the person we're going to talk about here soon, I'm ready to talk about him, but
I know you
QB2 Kirk Cousins or Shador, hey, he's on the board. Let's get it. That's a great QB2. Let's go.
Kirk code change.
Speaking
of Kirk code change is what they call that boy. All right, so we're going to get into it, though, Mish. I know you want to segue. I know. I get it. But we're going to lead up to the end, okay? That's going to be the knockout blow. But as far as which team do you think made the biggest splash this draft? I'm going to start it off. I'm going to say the Cleveland Browns made the biggest splash. I would have never traded that number 2 position. I would have never done it. And because they did that, that made a trickling down effect for the rest of the draft. I feel like it did.
No, not really.
Well, I mean, the person, yeah, but the person, no. The person that they picked, no. Travis Hunter, no. It really make a difference. I'm just saying for the team, because now you're putting the Cleveland Browns later on down the road to pick up someone that could have potentially went somewhere else. That's why I say that.
No. I have to disagree on that because, like I said,
well then disagree then. Well, then disagree then. If
the
you want to
business side of the
disagree,
draft is they're stuck with that guy that they have right now, right? They stuck with Watson, right? So you got to think about what the thing that they're doing is they're getting some key positions, but they're also setting up for next year. They're stuck with Watson for this one more year, right? Then they can do something, get rid of him. So why not put yourself in a position to get more picks next year? You know what I mean? Get what you can now, but just yourself up so you can get more picks yet next year, and you can develop a whole team. So this year is gonna be a bye season to let the draft picks develop. Then next year you get rid of Watson. You bring whatever QB you draft to do whatever you're gonna be doing that in. Then you could draft a one in that round or the first round or something like that. Then you go. So I think it was a smart business decision by the Browns. Because their draft is setting them up for future success. They know that they're not going to the Super Bowl this year. So the smart business move is to set yourself up and posture your roster for, a couple years down the road, 2 years down the road. You know what I mean? They're not like college. College has to think right now. You know what I mean? The NFL has the ability to think, 2, 3, 4 years down the road.
Right. So talk to me, Gotti. Who do you think made the biggest splash this draft?
Man, I think the Raiders, man. The Raiders. They picked up good running back, good receiver, some offensive linemen, man. I think that they built up their offense pretty good, and we're going to see because they come to Philly this season. So, best running back they got the best running back in the draft and possibly the best tight end in the draft. They got, I think, 5 picks so far. But I think the Raiders, I think they did their thing on their first 5 picks.
Okay.
Speaking of,
we gonna get
y'all
to
know that guy. They made that guy the number 2 paid running back in the entire NFL.
They did. Yep.
They made him the Genty out of college, hasn't played one snap in the NFL. $32 million guaranteed contract. Number 2 behind Saquon Barkley. Come on now. Y'all didn't know that? You didn't hear that?
Yeah, I seen it. That's crazy. I ain't played like one snap.
Number 2 pay over. He's over King Henry, everybody.
That's crazy.
They took one snap.
And we just it makes so bad. We just talked about that the last show.
Maybe because he had them Crocs he wore. Them Crocs he wore.
Might be some sponsorship money in there.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So that Sal, we get to you? Yeah, no.
I mean, I'm on the same page with Gotti. I think the Raiders made the biggest splash. But they picked up Gentry. But I'm thinking to myself, a lot of great running backs came out of the college and they went to their team that didn't have a good O-line, and they didn't do well.
They didn't fare well.
So they just gave this guy all this money. So they need to address their line situations. So that money they invested in this guy can do work, because right now, he's a great running back, but if he ain't got a great line behind him, it wears fast on you. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I think they made some big splashes. The Raiders did make some big splashes in the draft.
Yeah. Did you say who?
No. I got 2 teams, man. I got a surprise team on there. The Houston Texans, man. They made a great contribution to their team. You know what I'm saying? With CJ Stroud, his first year, obviously, he was working wonders on his first year. Everybody was saying nobody did that until this year. He kind of had that fall off a little bit, and then Jaden Daniels came in and took the spotlight as far as rookie careers, right? So they added a lot of positions to help those guys out over there. Man, they should be doing something in their league. Another team that I think that they did all right. They could have did a little bit better. They could have addressed something, but hey, they added to their defense, man, and that defense is looking phenomenal. And that's the guy that who
San Fran.
No, San Fran, they're all right, man. But I think, they're in our league. They're in our division. them goddamn Cowboys, man. They added some people to their
Oh
defense,
yeah,
man.
oh yeah, oh
Hey,
yeah.
the Cowboys made some moves on defense that really needed to be made. Hey, and look at them. Do your research on them. Like I said, I follow college football to the T. The Dallas Cowboys made some strong moves. The Ravens also is another team that made some strong moves. The Baltimore Ravens, I give them a great grade. Also the Cardinals, you know what I mean, because they got swept from us. Their defense, they boasted their defense a little bit, but I have to throw the Dallas Cowboys in there. They got somebody on the opposite side of Michael Parsons to do that thing and wreak havoc. You know what I mean? Them boys, we play them twice a year. And them boys, you got one on one side from Michael Parsons, and the other side they drafted, man. That boy coming with some pain too. So one coming from Lane side and one coming from goddamn the other side. They coming.
What's his name?
My lot of side.
Uzurika. Donovan Uzurika. What's his name?
That's his name. That's the guy I wanted us to get outside of Michael Williams. Yeah.
Hey, so I said they're my picks, man. Houston, Baltimore did good. Baltimore did really good. The Cardinals did really good. But hey, I got to give it to them, man. But they always have a great team on paper. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys, they always have a great team. Minus Dak. You know what I'm saying? They have a great team on paper, man. They just fall apart.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I would say with the defensive side on the Cowboys, I'm gonna say the Ravens. You're right. The Ravens did make some moves. I'll give them that. I mean, I don't really see. I don't know, man. The Cardinals, they did. They made some moves, but I guess looking at it as far as on the defensive side, you could say the Cowboys made very significant moves. But again, they're gonna do what they do. They're gonna Cowboy. It doesn't really matter. They can get a Brinks truck and two Abrams tanks. They still ain't gonna stop nothing. And someone gonna score on them. It don't matter.
2 Abrams tanks.
Yeah, they have 2 Abrams tanks lined up at the field goal. It ain't gonna matter. Someone gonna run that ball right down the hole. So
going back to last year though. Hey, I got to give another honorable mention, man. Going back to last year, and they got rid of Jared Mayo, and they brought in Vrabel. The Patriots, they making some moves too now. The Patriots are making a lot of good moves.
They are
this draft.
making some moves too.
The Patriots are making some really good moves.
They got one of our players. They got one of our players. Shit.
Yeah.
What's up, Rod? Man, what's good? What's cracking like it, man? What's up with you? But yeah, man. So all right. So now we got to slide onto this other topic, man. And this is gonna be a doozy. And I'm gonna let Michi. I'm gonna click the button, man, and I'm gonna just sit back and I'm gonna let Michi have his moment. Because I know this. So look, he rubbing his hands together already. He know they got lotion on him. You know what I'm saying? He got lotion on him. So all right, Speezy, let's go.
Hey,
all right, is Shedeur Sanders, is he getting blackballed? I need to know. Michi, is he getting blackballed?
My fellow Americans, I want to read you something. I'm gonna read this verbatim. What's wrong with NFL owners? Are they stupid? Deion Sanders was a great college football player and was even greater in the NFL. He's also a very good coach, streetwise and smart. Therefore, Shedeur, his quarterback son, has phenomenal genes and is all set for greatness. He should be picked immediately by a team that wants to win. Good luck, Shedeur. And say hello to your wonderful father. Who tweeted that?
I'm gonna say Barack Obama. When you said my fellow Americans.
Donald Trump.
What?
Donald Trump.
Are you
Trump tweeted that. Now let me tell you something.
It came from his account.
Let me tell you something. The reason why I brought it up, it has a lot of reference to it, is because the people that praise him, the people that get on bended knee and kiss the ring to him, those some of the main ones talking about Shedeur is a bust. Okay, that's what. Let's start right there. That's why that tweet has such significance, because a lot of people within the group, and I know we don't get on politics on this show, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stir it around a little bit, but his followers, his constituents, follow him, and there are a lot of the ones who are saying that Shedeur is a bust. All right. They're saying that, you know, when he wasn't doing anything at the HBCU, because we know how HBCUs don't get no love. Although there's a lot of greats in the NFL. One of the ones we talk about, I don't want to talk about it right here on that show, the low I ratings, but on Channel Sharp. Moving along. They say he wasn't doing that. He wasn't playing because he was at HBCU. Then he went to Colorado. I know it's not the SEC. I know it wasn't a great program, but they won 1 game. Then they won 4 games. Then they won 9 games. This is a 2-year span. Turned them around, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ask anybody out there hating, besides Travis Hunter, anybody on this podcast, and anybody in the comments, tell me without Googling, give me 4 players on Colorado's team besides Travis Hunter and Shedeur. You're not gonna be able to do it.
Nope.
You're not gonna be able to do it.
Mm-mm.
That guy was the team.
Double X posse.
Hey,
Go ahead.
that guy
Double
was
X posse.
that guy was the team, right? He was the team. He got him to where he was going. Granted, he was not in the SEC, and everybody always like to say that, you know, the SEC is that's the epitome of football. You go there, you get primed for the NFL, right? I get that. Not always, right? Then they tried to move on to say that he was arrogant, that he was brash. The word they use, he was brash, right? Same way, got that. What's his name? Who was doing that right there?
Oh, Money Manziel, baby.
Who's they said? Hey, Manziel did
Money
it.
Manziel.
Goddamn, Baker Mayfield did it. Cincinnati Bengals quarterback did it. You know, everybody said, oh, when they came out, oh, they passionate about the game. They passionate. That's their passion coming out. You know what I mean? Let them do it. So the thing is now what I'm trying to do is, you know, I'm trying to eliminate all the variables. And one I'm not going to touch because we don't touch it on here, but I'm not trying to do that because I don't want to minimize it just to that conversation of what he looked like on the outside. I'm not going to do that, right?
No.
But if you talk about statistics, Jack Dart, come on now.
Come on now.
First of all,
not even
Ewers from Texas, he's still on the board. Might get go. Milroe, come on now. Milroe with the Seattle. Come on now.
No, we're talking about a dude by the name of where's this dude? What's this dude? Dylan Gabriel.
Who
is this dude?
No. He was
never.
No. You don't
The
follow
man's
college football. I heard
5'50".
of it. You had to hear of him. He was number 3 in the Heisman rankings. No. He was number 3 in the Heisman rankings. He had the stats to do it. He was number 3 behind Travis Hunter, then Genty, then he came in 3rd. Cam Ward actually came in 4th place, believe it or not. Right? He was in a system that did whatever. You know, like I said, I follow college football. And so anybody in these comments, if you're trying to come at me now, I'm not talking from somebody sitting on the sidelines. I follow college football, right? So you got you know, 5'9", 5'10", or whatever he is. Then you talk about Drew Brees. Okay, whatever. You ain't got to be tall. You know what I'm saying? You see Russell Wilson, you see the other ones out there. So what other variable is it of why Shedeur drafted not in the 1st, not in the 2nd, not in the 3rd? If you talk about not going in the 1st round, okay, I got it. Because the teams that were drafting in the 1st round didn't necessarily need a quarterback. Okay, so I can say that.
Yeah,
everybody talking about he's supposed to go to the Steelers. The Steelers did have other positions that, you know, the skilled players were there and they should have took over him. But when it came to the 2nd round, you ain't got no excuses. The Browns, you say the same thing for the Browns. Okay, got it. Whatever. You talking? It's a lot of them that won't talk. Doug Flutie, Drew Brees, you know, all them little quarterbacks that midget man running around from the Cardinals now. Little Mighty Mouse. He running around on the Cardinals right now. Then they say, oh, he didn't have the strongest arm, right? Then you say, oh, he's a pocket quarterback. He's not as agile as everybody else. Then you throwing up all of these stuff. So then you give them stats, and now they starting to backpedal. What else is it? Somebody help me out. What else is
it? It's his daddy. I'm gonna say what everyone else is saying. He's getting blackballed because his dad is prime. Nobody wants to deal with his daddy. That's why. It has nothing. I don't think it has anything to do with him. They don't want to deal with what comes with him by stagging him. If they pick him up, they know he's going to come with a small little entourage. His daddy's going to be right there critiquing everything that the coach is saying. I think that's why no one wants to deal with Shedeur. And to be honest, if he doesn't go in the 4th round, he's not going to get drafted at all. That's what I think. In my heart of hearts, if he doesn't go today, he's not. Well, 4th round, he's not going to get. He'll be undrafted.
So when Archie Manning said, my sons ain't gonna play here. My sons ain't gonna play here. Goddamn, they drafted
right.
the Chargers drafted Eli Manning. Eli Manning pouted in the corner. I'm not going.
I don't want to go there.
I'm not going. That was considered passionate. That
I
was
want my
considered
chicken
good
nuggets.
parenting. That was considered, you know what I mean, a Hall of Fame type quarterback. And his daddy was making that business move for his son. But when Deion Sanders said he don't want his son to play for certain teams, now you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Now Deion doing too much. He's doing too much. Come on now. Next argument.
You're right. I'm telling you what they're saying.
I'm messing with you.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, when they didn't.
I
want to hear Gotti because Gotti said he won't go past the 3rd round, and so he was kind of right. So I want to know what was your rationale behind it.
Rod says Deion knows too much about what goes on behind closed doors.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, 100%. He said that. Deion said that.
Yeah. Gotti, what you got?
No, I don't think did I say the 3rd round, Meech?
No, you said
in the beginning
he wasn't gonna go.
I knew he wasn't going to go. I think the initial. I went back and looked at some of the other podcasts, and I said he wasn't going to go like top 5 or top 7 like that. But it definitely shocked me that he didn't go in the 1st round. And I agree with Dookie, man. I think these coaches and owners, I think they cowards for, not picking this guy because they're afraid to deal with his dad. He's going from college to the pros. You know what I'm saying? And if I was an owner or a coach and I picked Shador and Deion came to me, I'm like, look, you're not his agent, you're not his coach, you're not his daddy anymore. He's a grown man. So if you think this guy should be picked, you think he's a fit for your team, pick him up. His dad should not have anything to do with his professional career. I think that's a coward mentality to not want to deal with his dad. Does his dad know what goes on behind closed doors in the NFL? Yes. If it's wrong, you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be worried about him. We can't pick this guy. His dad knows the business. His dad knows what's going on. We do the right thing. I don't think this guy should be getting punished, because of how you feel about his father, or would you think the influence that his father is going to have if he comes to your team? You know what I'm saying? I think it's a coward mentality. If this guy has the talent, he has the skills. If he's what you need, you should pull him in. You should bring him to the team. He should be part of that brotherhood in the NFL.
Hey, so now you have people making asinine comments like Mr. Man created God right here.
I wasn't even gonna bring it up. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Bring it up because this shows the jackassery of people who sit in the comments. This shows the jackassery of people who wouldn't touch him. I know you wouldn't touch him because you never played in the NFL. You would never play in the NFL. You've never been great at any level. He's not top 10 in his own household, in his own family. So I get that. When you minimize people and say that he isn't good, he's a mid QB. If you say that he's a mid QB and you look at him purely off of statistics, take away the name, take away Deion Sanders, take away what he looks like, take away anything. If you go off for pure stats and you're going to tell me that these guys that got picked up are better than him, that lets me know you're making asinine comments. And you're a perfect example of a bad example of people who use jackassery to try to minimize other people in different systems. He probably isn't number 3 in his own household, and maybe he lives with other people, or maybe he lives by himself. But man, Mr. Man created God. That's a foolish statement, because if you take away everything, that's what I tried to do, is take away all of the external variables and you break it down to just statistics. That lets me know you don't watch college football and you don't know the other people that's been drafted over him. The 5 QBs that's been drafted, there was only one person whose stats was better than his, and he went number 1. But the other people, come on now. If you take away everything else, all the outside noise, you take away his dad, you take away his brashness, his confidence, his arrogance, you take away him wearing the chain, all of that type of stuff that you want to say. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, statistically, he is better than everybody else that got drafted after Cam Ward. So Mr. Man created God thank you for making such an asinine statement on here. And we wanted to highlight that because it is a perfect example of jackassery that these people have to go through. So thank you. I appreciate it.
But yeah, like Beachy said, man, just like and we all veterans. You know how the Army works. Just take away my picture. Just put my record on the screen when it's time for promotion. You don't know who I am.
Nothing about me.
Just look at my record. Take my photo away. You don't know nothing about me. Just look at my record. It's the same thing as far as what's going on with Shador. Just look at his record. They'll take everything away from me. Look at his record. He'd have been drafted in the first. He got drafted in the first round.
Yeah. Hey, tell him, bro. Yeah, that trolling shit don't work over here. You better come with some facts over here. That does not work. Hey, you thought you had your little 15 minutes of fame. Nah, brother, not over here. You better come with some facts. And by all means, if you want the link, we will send it to you because now we want to know who you are.
Yeah, Mr. Man Created God, get up here. Get up here and so we can annihilate you in front of everybody. And I'm telling you, I got time today, and I got the statistical analysis behind it to prove it. I'm trying to tell you, baby. We got 9 minutes. Apple Pen, and we give you 8 good minutes. We give you 8 good minutes.
We'll let you sound off for 8 minutes.
He ain't gonna do it.
After that, sit back in the corner. He ain't gonna do it.
No, he ain't gonna do it. Like I said, man, the key thing is to all of those people that hate on Shador, and they give you all these reasons. They give you his dad. They give you, he's arrogant. How you want him to be? You want him to sit there and talk with his fucking head down like he has no confidence whatsoever? What do you think you're going to do, Shador? I don't know. I might not be good. You know what? That's how they want him to talk. They want him to
he's not doing anything different. He ain't doing anything different than the balls did for Melo and all the balls. He ain't doing no different from what LeBron was doing. Everybody can promote their kid because they want their kid to be successful. So Deion ain't doing anything different than what no other parent would do. He ain't doing nothing different.
Them keyboard warriors like Mr. Man Created God. I done said your name 4 times. Get up here and show your face. We want to see your face. Like they said, Clayton Michigan. Y'all want to see my face. Y'all want to see my face. They do that in the comments. They love doing that shit in the comments. He probably never watched the game. He doesn't know football. And if you take away all of the outside noise and you just go off of stats alone, he should have been a clear cut for number 2. And that's and the funny part is, Mr. Man Created God. I know you didn't play in the NFL, okay? But you have NFL players that are saying the exact same thing that I'm saying right now. All of the pundits that are on TV, the Stephen A. Smiths, right?
Arguably one of the best analysts out there, Stephen A. Smith, or the highest paid, shall I say? That's
no. Take away Stephen A. Smith because what he gonna do is, Mr. Man Created God. He sounds like somebody that's gonna try to attack Stephen A. Smith and say he don't know what he's talking about.
Skip said that. Skip said
it.
Yes.
Adam Schefter said it. Come on now, what they gonna do? That's why I read what I read first, because this man said, "What's wrong with NFL owners? Are they stupid?" Donald Trump himself is telling you this is more with stats that's going on. So, Mr. Man Created God, we done gave you 5 minutes already to get your sorry self on here and try to defend these asinine comments that you got, but you can't. You can't. He has no record. No police record. Didn't get in trouble. Didn't do no scandals. He don't have no scandals or none of that type of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? He's a respectable guy. He came up under his dad. What do you want him to do? Talk with his head down like 12 years a slave? Sit there and shuck and jive in front of the cameras? What you want him to do? I don't know what's going. I don't know how I'm doing in the NFL, sir. I don't know how I'm gonna do. What you want him to do? What you want him to say?
Sean said if Winston can get drafted after stealing crab legs and Tariq can get drafted after, there should be no problem with Shador getting drafted. Exactly. Like, who was it? Someone they were saying, well, his off the field, like, no, Chase Anderson was talking about, well, his off the field issues. Shady was like, what off the field issues? Tell me one issue. That man has no off the field issues. He has no issue. He's just confident, and they don't like
none that he created himself.
Yeah, none that he created himself.
None.
He got a great daddy who was probably the best player in the NFL, and he just put confidence in him in himself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
See, it's funny. It's funny when, and I'm not gonna say these key words, these buzzwords, but it's funny
No,
when
go ahead and say them. Go on
it's
ahead and
funny
say them.
when
Don't,
certain
hey, don't be
people,
yourself.
have, arrogance or confidence in themselves. That seems that they call that as having passion. They're passionate about the game. They're passionate about their sport. You know what I'm saying? When I need to get when certain people do it, but when other people do it, you know what I'm saying? You already got a dad that's in your back, you know what I mean? But if he didn't have the dad there, then that's a story itself. But when you have a dad supporting him like LeBron does, like LeVar Ball does his sons, what are you supposed to do as a dad? You know what I'm saying? First, they make a mockery because the dad ain't there, and then the dad show up on draft day. You know what I'm saying? Then they want to talk about that. But if you have a dad that's been there their entire life, that's been showing them the path to greatness, they're giving you all the answers. You know what I'm saying? Archie, they didn't say this when Archie was doing it. Archie did it for Peyton and all of this stuff. Archie did it for ugly ass Eli. Come on now, we all know Eli's going to make it in the Hall of Fame because he has 2 Super Bowl rings. I get that, but what other 500 QB is making it into the Hall of Fame? 500 record in the NFL is going to make it. I'll wait.
None. Yeah, none. Not one.
Nobody had a problem with Archie did it.
He's making it in there one because of them 2 rings and his last name.
Yep. And his last name. If you took away his last name, he would not be revered like he is.
Eli Johnson.
Let's just do that. So when you do the opposite, the opposite also has to be true. If you give it to Deion, he can't help that he was born, you know what I mean, under great genes. Donald Trump told you it's phenomenal genes. He said it himself. What are we arguing here for? You know it's past football at that point.
Yeah, it's 100% past football.
I can give you the first round. I can give you, but you picked up the other guy for the Giants. Okay, but y'all know that he went to y'all know what school he went to now.
I was looking at
the QB from the Giants, the one they picked up in the first round.
Ole Miss?
Jackson Dart. Yeah, he went to Ole Miss.
He went to Ole Miss. Connect the dots. Who else was down there? Who else was down there? Who else played for the Giants? Who else has a coach down there now that has affiliations with the Giants? Who else has direct scouting? And come on now, that's what Deion talking about. It's way bigger than me. What Nino Brown say? It's bigger than me, baby. It's way
bigger than me. Hey, to make it so bad, Mr. I created Paul because he damn sure robbed Peter, but he ain't even said nothing yet. I feel like the second he hit send and you said his name, he's like, "Oh shit, I'm over my head." I don't think he ain't coming back.
Yeah, Chris
is up there.
Christian Carr. Yeah, I know. Jackson Dart. I know he went to Southern Cal first. I got all that. But where was he? He wasn't drafted from Southern Cal. That's the reason why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
This is.
But all right, look, hey, you already know what it is, man. Hey, look, we at 58, okay, and you already know we don't do this over the hour stuff. But again, for those out there, hey, we need y'all to come back next week, next Saturday, 10 o'clock, because we definitely got to award some people out here. Again, we wanted to do it today, but we just unfortunately we can't. But we need y'all to come back this coming Saturday, man. Hey, look, it's gonna be a great show. There's gonna be some smiling faces all night. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good show. But Sal, Michi, you got anything for the people, man? Because we about to bounce.
Hey, like I said, just want to thank everybody. Y'all getting the numbers up. Just keep doing what you're doing out there. Keep subscribing. Keep tuning in. We got great things coming up. We like you said, like Duke said, we giving out gifts over here. On other streams that our podcasts are doing that, but we getting our gifts to our loyal subscribers. So just keep tuning in and tell a friend and tell a friend. That's right.
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, and good luck to y'all teams for last day of the draft.
Boy, Gotti, he's the modern day. What is his name? Russell Simmons. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.
Good night.
I gotta keep it simple.
All right, Reach, what you got for the people?
Hey, that's it, man. Peace, love, and hair grease. Let's do it.
All right, we out of here. Peace.
on the beat.